Hey, it's Dave Kwasinski. Welcome to our snowy backyard. Theme for today? Tradition! Quick, what movie? Fiddler on the Roof. I hope that's fair use. We'll find out, won't we? One of the things that I love so much about the Catholic Church is the rich tradition, the rich history that we bring to each season and to the daily masses. The season of Lent, really filled with tradition, liturgies that have been used for hundreds of years, over 1,000 years in some instances. And today, the third week of Lent, Wednesday of the third week, traditionally, this has been the first, or this was in ancient times, the first scrutiny of the catechumens, those who were seeking entry into the Catholic Church. And at the time, Mass attendance was daily. And so on this day, and on most days, and we still follow this practice with the ritual of the catechumens on Sundays during Lent. Last week was the first scrutiny for the catechumens. Today, the scrutiny was on the commandments, and it was a sort of a test. So the liturgy today, both readings are based on the commandments. First, Deuteronomy and Moses telling the people that the Lord has instructed him to bring the commandments to the people, and so he's teaching them about the commandments. And then Jesus saying to the disciples, explaining he didn't come to abolish the law or the prophets, but to fulfill them. So it's rich with tradition. Moses, at the end of the Deuteronomy passage, got a prop today, if I can actually get the book open, is Deuteronomy. This is Deuteronomy 4, chapter 4, verse 9. However, take care and be earnestly on your guard, not to forget the things which your own eyes have seen, nor let them slip from your memory as long as you live, but teach them to your children and your children's children. I wanted to make sure I got that right. And that's what made me think of tradition and how that's so important in every one of our lives, believers and non-believers, but even more so when you consider the Lenten liturgies. One of the things that I mentioned yesterday was the concept of purgatory. And remember how I suggested that we're not all saints when we die? Just after the passage from the Gospel today in Matthew, Jesus explains to the disciples about a couple of different concepts. He says, the command, and this is a paraphrase, I apologize, but the commandments say, thou shalt not kill. But I say, if you hold anything against your brother, if you're angry with your brother, you will be condemned to fiery Gehenna. And again, that's a paraphrase, and I apologize if I got that a little out of order. Then he also says, the commandments say, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say, if you look lustily upon a woman, you have already committed the sin of adultery in your heart. How many times have I killed somebody because of my anger? How many times have I committed adultery? Now, as Christians, we can debate whether the Catholic Church's interpretation is correct or not. But what if it is? If it isn't, no big. Don't have to worry about purgatory. But what if it isn't? What if it is real? How long will my soul have to be cleansed in order to gain access to heaven? This is Dave Kwasinski, DaveKFitness.com, thephilosophyofdave.wordpress.com, on Twitter at Dave Kwasinski. Have a good day.